Hey, Oakland Grizzlies, it's Mrs. Osmond here. I hope to see you soon. I miss all of you so much. I am wishing that I was reading in front of you in the gym in the morning, but that's okay. This is going to be just as good. I know that Mr. Nick Mann read to you yesterday. He read chapter 12, and that must have been really exciting. So I'm going to be maybe just as exciting as that. We are going to read chapter 13, and it's a really, really good one. A lot of stuff happens, so you want to kind of hang out and make sure that you're paying attention to what's going on, because if you zone out, you'll miss some really good parts, okay? So chapter 13 is going to begin on page 92, and it's called Good Progress. Far into the night, while the other creatures slept, Charlotte worked on her web. First, she ripped out a few of the orb lines near the center. She left the radial lines alone as they were needed for support. As she worked, her 8 legs were a great help to her. So were her teeth. She loved to weave, and she was an expert at it. When she was finishing ripping things out, her web looked something like this. A spider can produce several kinds of thread. She uses a dry, tough thread for foundation lines, and she uses a sticky thread for snare lines, the ones that catch and hold insects. Charlotte decided to use her dry thread for writing the new message. If I write the word terrific with thick, sticky thread, she thought, every bug that comes along will stick in it and spoil the effect. Now let's see. The first letter is T. Charlotte climbed to a point at the top of the left-hand side of the web. Swinging her spinnerets into position, she attached her thread and then dropped down. As she dropped, her spinning tube went into action, and she let out thread. At the bottom, she attached the thread. This formed the upright part of the letter T. It's terrific. Starts with T. Charlotte was not satisfied, however. She climbed up and made another attachment right next to the first. Then she carried the line down so that she had a double line instead of a single line. It will show up better if I make the whole thing with double lines. She climbed back up, moved over about an inch to the left, touched her spinnerets to the web, and then carried a line across to the right, forming the top of the T. She repeated this, making it double. Her 8 legs were very busy helping. Now for the E. Charlotte got so interested in her work, she began talking to herself as though to cheer herself on. If you had been sitting quietly in the barn cellar that evening, you would have heard something like this. Now for the R. Up we go, attach, just send, pay out line. Whoa, attach, good, up you go, repeat, attach, just send, pay out the line. Whoa, girl, steady, attach line, attach, climb, attach, over to the right, pay out the line. Attach, now right and down, and swing that loop around and around. Now to the left, attach, climb, repeat, okay, easy. Keep those lines together. Now then, out and down for the leg of the R, pay out line. Whoa, attach, ascend, repeat, good girl. And so, talking to herself, the spider worked at a difficult task. When it was completed, she felt hungry. She ate a small bug that she had been saving, and then she slept. The next morning, Wilbur arose and stood beneath the web. He breathed the air into her lungs, drops of dew catching the sun, made the web stand out clearly. When Lurvy arrived with breakfast, there was a handsome pig, and over him, woven neatly in block letters, was the word terrific. Another miracle. Lurvy rushed and called Mr. Zuckerman. Mr. Zuckerman rushed and called Mrs. Zuckerman. Mrs. Zuckerman ran to the phone and called the Arables. The Arables climbed into their truck and hurried over. Everybody stood at the pig pen and stared at the web and read the word over and over, while Wilbur, who really felt terrific, stood quietly, swelling out his chest and singing his snout, swinging his snout from side to side. Terrific, breathed Zuckerman in joyful admiration. Edith, You better phone the reporter at the Weekly Chronicle and tell him what has happened. He will want to know this. He may want to bring a photographer. There isn't a pig in the whole state that is terrific as our pig. The news spread. People had journeyed to see Wilbur when he was some pig. Came back again to now see that he was terrific. That afternoon, when Zuckerman went to milk the cows and clean out the tie-ups, he was still thinking about the wondrous pig he owned. Lurvy, he called. There is no more cow manure thrown down into that pig pen. I have a terrific pig. I want that pig to have clean, bright straw every day for his bedding. Understand? Yes, sir, said Lurvy. Furthermore, said Zuckerman, I want you to start building a crate for Wilbur. I have decided to take the pig to the county fair on September 6th. Make the crate large and paint in green and gold letters. What will the letters say? Asked Lurvy. They should say, Zuckerman's famous pig. Lurvy picked up a pitchfork, walked away to get some clean straw. Having such an important pig was going to mean plenty of extra work. He could see that. Below the apple orchard at the end of the path was the dump where Mr. Zuckerman